Loading. Loading. Dead Ringers Universe, Dakota's edition.
Yo, lady, what's taking so long for our food to come out? I feel like I've been waiting around in this shithole for over an hour for my damn food.
A hopper yells out the complaint to me as I hurriedly walk by his table full of impatient hoppers. Ugh, oh my god. What is the point of having Dakota on my name tag if these hoppers keep calling me lady? Then again, do I even want my name coming out of their stank mouths? It's yet another glorious late night for me as a waitress at the bar and eating establishment, Broyle's Nest. Metaphorically speaking, Broyle's Nest is sunken into the pit of this desert town called Torrid. This place is a town full of outlaws who either live here or they're passing through on their way somewhere else terrible. Unfortunately for me, it's also the place I've called home my entire life.
Damn, baby, how you just gonna walk past me swinging a tail that's just ass gonna get slapped?
A hopper across the room continues to whistle and yap and catcall one of the waitresses. I shake my head and continue my stride, but I get immediately stopped by what I hear next. I hear the loud sound of her ass being palmed. Not even a second later, I hear another smack, which was her hand to his face. The entire place full of hoppers erupts in laughter as she puffs off. I shake my head and roll my eyes. Maybe if the owner didn't make us wear such revealing outfits, we wouldn't be getting harassed on a daily basis by these hopper idiots. Short shorts and a shirt tight enough to cut off my circulation. Also, bonus points, the restaurant's name is glowing in yellow across our tits. We're basically hot-cooked hams in a den of hyenas. Maybe if the owner would at least, hire some security around here, the women wouldn't be so miserable working here every night. Broyle's Nest didn't used to be based on sex appeal, but somewhere along the way it became most of its advertisement. My harassment is in no comparison to the shit that the more stacked waitresses deal with on a daily basis. Half of the reason why male hoppers and even regular men come here is for the women alone. Ironically, there's a strip club and a playhouse a few businesses down, yet they stop by here as if mixing the places up. Although, there will always be those creeps who get off on bugging women who don't want that kind of attention. Ugh, fucking hoppers. Hoppers are humans or sometimes ringers who illegally provide tech services. Some people refuse to pay the big tech company prices, or they simply can't afford them. This is where hoppers come in. Marco Vital Force is the technically advanced company that invented the ability to turn humans into look-alike robot versions of themselves after they die. As the Marco Vital Force ads love to say, hair that flows, skin so real. Nobody can tell the difference between a ringer and a human. Get your SOS chip implant today for a bright future tomorrow. What a load of crap. The closest Marco Vital Force building and Regal's Electrics is 3 hours away. In the great, beautiful, bright, colorful city of Neon Shores. The city in the other direction of us is over 8 hours away. With that being said, hopper business in Torrid is booming with the customers in Neon Shores. The people who live in Neon Shores either nervously make their way down here to buy products and get work done, or they pay a hefty fee for home visits. Torrid may be a small city, but it's the best place to get underground work and black market items. It's like this place is intentionally invisible on the map. People on their way somewhere else don't even drive through here, they take the long way. I finally walked to the back of the restaurant where all the sweaty cooks are baking and sizzling up a storm of food. We might be in year 3412, but as technically advanced as Saturn has gotten, Broyle's Nest still cooks like we're living in the early 2000s on planet Earth. In a way, it's also what the place is known for around here, I guess. This place doesn't even have electronic sliding doors like the rest of the universe. I have to turn a handle and open the door, then close it behind me and everything. If I'm lucky, the bathroom door actually locks sometimes. After entering the bathroom, I splash my face with chilly water to cool me down. I look myself in the mirror and take in a large inhale of breath before letting it out. The only fresh air we get is the window at the top of the tall ceiling. Smoke and the smell of food escapes out of it, which is what always helps attract people here. The loud knock on the door of the bathroom should have startled me, but it didn't. I'm so used to being tracked down every second of my life while I'm on the clock.
Dakota. Listen. Table 7 wants some more refills, and since you seem to have a lot of time on your hands, it's all yours. Not even break time yet.
I huff and roll my eyes before turning off the faucet. I'm about to be 24 years old, yet this chick likes speaking to me like she's my mother. Using the bathroom is considered a break here, which is insane. What do they want me to do, wear a diaper? Yeah, I'm technically not in here on the toilet, but who cares? It's a bathroom, for crying out loud. 2 hours later, I'm wrapped up tight in my cloak as I walk home in the chilly night air. The blackness of the sky spreads over the nearly empty land as the stars sprinkle across the galaxy like glitter. The light from Saturn's pretty and bright gold rings wrap around the planet like a belt. Compared to being inside a broil's nest, it's freezing cold out here tonight. My breath appears and vanishes into the air as I continue down my path. The desert is always nearly below temperature at night, yet as hot as the sun during the day. To put it bluntly, Torrid weather is majorly bipolar. I continue walking up the same cracked sidewalk towards the same mountains that I've walked my entire life. It leads from the town area over to the homes belonging to those of us with the great fortune of living in this dump.
Such a fucking idiot.
I glance up at the sound of the laughter. Oh God. Unfortunately, walking towards me is a group of hoppers heading to town. 4 are men and the 5th is a rowdy, loud woman. Hoppers are easy to spot just by how they dress and carry themselves. It's like, I don't know, like they're convinced they own whatever ground their feet land on and talk to you with very little respect. Out here, they all have the same kind of style. They intentionally wear color-coordinated clothes that make it easy to blend in with the desert. While outside, all Torrid citizens dress in layers to protect us from the beaming sun and the freezing weather. Hoppers, on the other hand, dress as if they need to hide under the sand or blend in with the mountains at any given moment. Clothes in general makes it easy to spot someone who isn't from around here. Most outsiders don't dress like us. Great. Me and a group of hoppers began quickly approaching one another. One of the hoppers shoves the other one, telling him to just keep going as if he already knew he was up to no good. The 2 others laugh and snicker while the one who got shoved eyeballs me with a gross smile on his face. Finally, we pass each other without incident. Relieved, I exhale my held breath. Thank the universe. But then, the sound of one of the hoppers' voices catches my attention.
Hey, sexy. How's about you stop and give me a minute of your time?
I glance over my shoulder to find the hopper who got shoved strolling behind me. The hopper who shoved him kept walking towards town as if he was fed up with the situation. Damn it. I should have known being left alone was too good to be true. The other hoppers who decided to entertain this are lazily strolling behind the guy wanting my attention. I look back forward and pick up my walking speed immediately. God, I so don't want to deal with this bullshit tonight. Hands in my coat pockets, I grip my mini collapsing tase blade that I bought off a hopper years ago. It wouldn't be the first time I've had to use this thing on a hopper, and it won't be the last.
Don't be like that. I'm known as the big boss stallion to the ladies. Let me show you why I come in.
I continue my walking speed as I give him my curt response. Well, I don't want to talk to you, so keep it pushing.
Make me chase you, you'll piss me off. You don't want that, do you?
With that comment, I stop in my tracks. I grip my mini tase blade so hard in my pocket that I thought my knuckles were going to crack. I turn to face him with gritted teeth.
There you go, sexy. Now was following directions so hard?
I told you, I'm not interested. There are plenty of women happily selling what you're looking for in town. So please, be on your merry fucking way. The hopper, not pleased by my answer, shakes his head as he steps to me.
I don't pay for my women, I just take them.
He grabs my arm, and in that same moment I pull out my mini tase blade and collapse it out. The 6-inch electric sparks make a loud electrified noise, causing the hoppers to nearly jump back just from the sound alone. The guy who grabbed me scowls, then begins to slowly back away.
Whatever. Fuck this bitch.
He turns and walks off while the other hoppers laugh at him. He shoves one of the hoppers who are laughing at him the hardest, and in return, the hopper shoves him back. Next thing I know, they're fist fighting like a bunch of idiots. Oh, God. After putting away my tase blade, I roll my eyes and turn to continue my walk home. The only hoppers that bother me are the newer ones who recently moved to Torrid. The ones who grew up here like me usually leave me alone as long as I mind my business, but even they're some freaking assholes. 15 minutes later, I approach the front door of my home and lift my wrist, signaling the door to slide open. As soon as the door opens, I'm immediately hit with the scent of a home-cooked meal. "I'm home," I shout out to my dad, who I knew would still be up. It's 2 a.m., but he always made sure to stay up until I got off work. Not only that, but he always began cooking dinner at this time so he could eat with me. My dad Gil and my mom Ruth used to be independent explorers of the Torrid Mountains up until many years ago. They were dedicated to discovering the hidden cave of the Galaxy Stones, which are worth more than anything you can think of. Jewelry businesses always set off in space for weeks just to find some floating around. One minute the Galaxy Stones resemble black crystal, then the next moment, as if a chameleon, the surface fades to what looks like white pearls. If you ever see anyone with Galaxy Stone jewelry, that means whoever that person is has some major bank. Other than the Queen of Saturn and a few flashy celebrities in photos or on TV, I have never seen one in person. As to why my dad stopped his search for that rumored Galaxy Stone cave, just simply stated that it isn't the same without my mom. He also claimed that his body was tired. That part, on the other hand, I find it to be BS. My dad is 54, but he's as fit as a 24-year-old. At the height of 6'2" and naturally built like a truck, I doubt he's as tired as he claims. For years, no task, whether physical or mental, has ever scared him or my mom. For example, he has a scar on his face that starts from his right cheekbone and ends at his jawline. He got it during one of him and Mom's explorations after accidentally sliding off a cliff. On the way down, he cut himself on a sharp rock. And on his left hand, 2 of his fingers are replaced with shiny ringer fingers. He lost his real ones while fighting off a rat dog who bit them off. And yeah, the name is as gross as it sounds. It's a rat the size and color of a German Shepherd with canine teeth and a gross, long worm tail. Ugh. I remember as a kid, me and my brother Vic were so panicked when he came home with a bloody rag wrapped around his hand. Unfortunately, we can't afford Markovado Forest ringer fingers. Even purchasing them through hoppers is expensive, but it was still cheaper. Then one day, my dad's excitement for exploring and experiencing new things ended. On that day, he came home from his travels without my mom. He walked through the door with a shaken look on his face as if he saw a ghost. Something really bad happened to my mom and it snatched out my dad's once fearless soul. Me and Vic obviously wanted to know what happened, but my dad has never spoken on it. All he could ever muster to say was that she belongs to the Torrid Desert now. Growing up, me and Vic were always reminded by our parents that the possibility of one of them not coming home, or even both of them not coming home, could happen. And no amount of preparation was enough for me to finally face it. I take off my jacket and hang it at the side of the door. I look at a laser picture on the wall that's supposed to be a photo of me and Vic. But now it's just me. My dad long ago broke the half of the laser lights that would show him. 4 years ago, my older brother Vic left for the city of Burlow Heights, which is 8 hours in the opposite direction of Neon Shores. He made big promises of one day making us rich. Like father, like son, he chased pipe dream after pipe dream. Now, I only speak to him once a year on my birthday by voice call, but we still text occasionally. He never shares much about what he's doing, no matter how many questions I ask. I've already concluded that he's likely mixed up in some hopper bullshit. God, I hate the thought. Just thinking that he's become one of those creeps breaks my heart. but there's not much I can do about it. I guess he wanted to be a hopper in a territory hundreds and hundreds of miles away from us, where me and my dad wouldn't spot him. I heard that the hopper culture is different everywhere you go, so at least in Burlow Heights he can dress like a city boy instead of being worn down by layers of fabric. My 24th birthday is in a few days, so my yearly Rio phone conversation with him is coming up too. I walk into the kitchen just as the wall oven slides out a homemade chicken pot pie.
Hey kiddo, what's up? How was work?
My dad always looks so comically ridiculous in a small house in comparison to his size. Sometimes while cooking, he even wears a little frilly apron too small for him when he's in a silly mood. I scoff at his question regarding my shift as I take a seat at our bench table. My dad shakes his head at my response.
I already told you on plenty of occasions how much I hate you working there, but you never listen to me.
I shrug at him. That place pays way more than any other place in town besides the strip club and playhouse. I don't have a choice. My dad grabs the pot pie and sets it on the center of the table to serve me a plate.
Well, I was able to pick up on some extra shifts at the store next week. Who knows? Maybe I'll be promoted soon. And if I am promoted, you can quit that Royals Nest and work there with me.
The end of the world store? You want me to work in that insane man's store, Dad? The name of that place alone is crazy. Besides, Hoppers still shop there, so my predicament wouldn't be the same and whatever. After my dad gives us both a serving of the pot pie, he sits across from me before again speaking.
That's true. But at least if you're there, you'll be safe. A hopper will think twice about bothering you if they see your mean old dad close by. You also won't have to wear that tiny little get-up you have on. On top of that, you won't even let me walk you home at the end of your shift.
For about a month, my dad used to, in fact, walk me home from Royals Nest, but it became unnecessary after a while. What happened tonight with those stupid hoppers wasn't something that happens to me that frequently, I guess. Besides, with my mini tase blade, I have been just fine. Hoppers are more likely to pick on you when you're with a man versus being alone. Especially a man as big as my dad. It was like they wanted to make a point of how tough they are or something. The hoppers who have lived here their whole lives never really mess with him. Kicking the ass of one or even two hoppers at once was child's play for my dad, and they knew it. Thing is, hoppers don't exactly play fair. So the last thing I wanted was for my dad to get hurt or killed for such a stupid reason like some idiotic hopper wanting to show off. An hour later, after eating and talking with my dad, I take a shower and finally climb up the twirled stairs for the last time of the night. Since my room is at the top where the ceiling of the house meets, it isn't exactly spacious. A full-size bed with a pop-out desk and a closet is about all that can fit in my space. A few plants also sit in random spots in my room along with a few mini statues. Taking care of plants is so relaxing to me. I was far from the label of a gardener, but I love watering them and watching them grow over the years. Torrid is a dry place. Besides the occasional cactus-looking plant or weird-looking tree, it's exceedingly rare to come across anything else. My dad used to find rare plants for me back in his and Mom's exploration days. The moment I got excited about the very first one that he brought back, he began making it a habit to be on the lookout for more. Too bad those days are in the past now. After changing into my pajamas, I finally lay down in my bed. I'm surprisingly never tired when I get home from work. I always just lay in the bed daydreaming about every and anything I can possibly think of, mostly daydreaming of an entirely new life far away from Torrid. Some nights I'm living in a skyscraper in Burlow Heights, or I'm living in a cute house sitting near the beach with an ocean view and neon shores. Other nights I'm living among the royalty in Rashidi, the golden city where the royalty of Saturn live. Princess Dakota, or even Queen Dakota would be my title. Wait, would I even want to be a ruler? I think I'd rather just live among them as a duchess. Yeah, that's better. Oh gosh, whatever though. At the end of the day, the only title to my name is Waitress of Broyles Nest, residing in the ever so lovely desert town of Torrid, the place where dreams are born to die. I huff at myself as I tap my Rio behind my ear, starting my music. My imagination took me away once again from my creeping negative thoughts. The dreamy, chill music causes my head and feet to bounce in unison. I take in the sound that paces along with the beautiful and fast-moving worlds that I've built in my head. These hours during the time where the nights share the day were me and my mom's favorite. She once said that it feels almost like its own world, a world that only a few people can understand. She dubbed me one of those special people. She told me that besides hoppers, it's the time of the night where everyone is asleep and dreaming. And those of us awake and alert of this can feel the energy that fuels those dreams in the air and on our skin. The time of the night where the doors to all possibilities exist all at once. I pause for a moment as I remember the sound of my mother's voice reciting these things to me. Back in those times, I honestly just liked being around her was all. My skin never tingled, I've never felt anything in the air, but I can't help but still feel connected to her during these hours. She believed in it, then so do I. I hope change comes soon, and I hope new possibilities are in the air tonight.